Mom, I really want to go home. It's really bad.
What's up? It's Marlo. Here's a movie review on Cuckoo that just came out recently. I just saw it in theaters. This is a horror thriller mystery starring Hunter Schafer, who plays a 17-year-old girl who's forced to move to the German Alps with her family, her dad, stepmother, and younger half-sister Alma. And she's quickly introduced to her father's boss, Mr. Koenig. And we find out that her dad and stepmother are there to do renovations or to build a part of his vacation resort. So he owns this resort, and Gretchen, she takes a job as a receptionist at Mr. Koenig's vacation resort. And things just kind of start to get a little creepy. And
why is there nobody working the reception after 10?
I want you to lock the doors and wait for me. I will come pick you up right now.
There's a woman who comes in and she's like half naked and she just starts drinking the beer at the reception and she starts throwing up. And, you know, Gretchen is like, what is going on? And then it kind of, you know, we get into it from there. But, you know, there are a lot of creepy scenes. There's some decent atmosphere, good cinematography, but the story, I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't hitting. It needed more development. When you start to realize, I mean, let's take it back, because half of the film, I was like, what is going on? And not in a good, intriguing way. I was just like lost, you know. What is happening? Why do I care? You know, what? When you get into a mystery, you're hoping that the director, the writer, is leading you down this path, this carefully constructed path that you're going to want to know what's going on next. And if you don't feel like you're being led properly, that someone, a director or writer or filmmakers who have a strong, you know, nose for mystery, if you don't feel that, you lose interest. And I found myself looking around the theater. I looked at my phone a couple times and wondered, how long is this movie going to be? And when you do that, you know that something's not right. And something just wasn't right in this film. There have been such great films that I've seen, especially in this genre, Long Legs, and I just watched Oddity, which I'll do a review on, but those films are on another tier. And this just kind of falls behind. And when I first saw the trailer, I don't know, a couple months ago, I was really intrigued. You know, there's a scene where she's riding her bike home at night from the resort, and it gets creepy. And it started off really well in that aspect where I was like, okay, now we got to build on this. But it just never got past that scene, right? And if you're starting your film and the earlier scenes are the best, well, then the mystery falls flat. And to me, that the mystery here fell flat. I will say that the acting, especially from Hunter, was great. And her character was developed nicely, and she had this interesting relationship with her mother, and with her half-sister, who they kind of, you know, they start off, she doesn't like her half-sister. She doesn't like anything about moving here, and she's kind of forced into it. And it's one of those films where everybody is against the main character, and it can be really rewarding. You know, when everybody is against the main character and she's got to battle and get through it. And there is a battle and there is interesting situations. But when the mystery unfolds, you're kind of just like, what? Like, why? Why? And who cares? And it doesn't make sense. When you have something that's kind of psychological and you're trying to figure it out, when you figure it out, you should be like, oh shit. But I was just kind of like, please end this. Some good things about it. The cinematography was great. The wide angles, the kind of building of the atmosphere and building of this weird kind of force that's always in the trees. She's always looking out into the trees and you can't see anything, but it's just creepy. They dolly into the trees and the sound was really good. But the villains, like the antagonistic forces, they just weren't scary enough. And I have seen so much horror. I've seen so many thrillers. Things that might scare people who haven't seen many, they won't scare me. So I have a high bar for these type of things, and this did not meet it. And the film kind of just starts to decline after the halfway point. When you really start to figure out what's going on, you're like, well, okay. The film started off decently. It built some decent atmosphere. The story was intriguing in the beginning when you're trying to figure it out, but when the mystery unravels, it doesn't hit with the force that it should hit with. So I'm going to say skip it, to be honest.
That's a fucking weird way to put it.
That's just how I felt. Maybe Tillman Singer can come up with something for his next film, but it just wasn't it. Did not hit. Anyways, that's my review for Cuckoo. Let me know if you've seen it and what you thought. And let me know what your favorite film or horror film, mystery film from 2024 has been, because there's been some really great films. So anyways, I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.